Welcome to my shootout against Kicker, Hertz, and Pioneer. We're going to get into it pretty deep a little bit. I'm going to do a full unboxing, show you all the products from there. Then we're going to a listening test. If you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you how to get 50% more bass out of your current speakers that may have been upgraded, or maybe, don't sound as good as they possibly could.
Round 1, fight!
So first off, we're going to go to the Kicker CS65s. One thing you're going to notice right away, it comes with a grill. You also get 2 speaker connectors, okay? So this would be if you were going to cut your factory plug. It also comes with a butt connectors to connect these onto as well. And then it comes with an assortment of screws. One thing a lot of people don't think about is the tweeter itself, okay? And what I mean by that is it doesn't stick out past the front. So if you can kind of envision this, so this is a door panel and I go to mount it here, it's not heating the tweeter, okay? Because you want to have a snug fit, all right? But it's a small thing, but a big thing. You'll also notice they have the rib surround as well, which is to keep it under control under high volume. Heading over to the Hertz. Now this is a Hertz Dieci165. One thing to note is it's 165 millimeters, which is roughly ½ an inch bigger than the Kicker and the same size as the Pioneer, and that's the width of the cone, okay? You'll notice some kind of same trends is that the tweeter does not stick out past the front, so it's the same idea if I was going to mount it. It does have one kind of a neat feature, is that I'm going to zoom it in here, guys, is that it has the connector, but one is red and one is black. Traditionally, speakers use one big, one small, so a big for positive and a negative, small one for negative. So it is kind of interesting, but I like it because when you're in a car under a dash or in there, you can actually spot that right away. And I don't require any special connectors, but the other ones do include the connectors. Also with the Dieci, you get a little pack of screws. Heading over to the Pioneer, what we're going with now is it has a full grill. All right. It has the speaker. And one thing I want to note with the speaker, okay, is that, like I was saying, it's a 165, so it's a 6.5 inch speaker, and it does have a 3-way. So I'm going to go a little bit closer for you guys. So it has the tweeter, what they call a nano tweeter, or a super tweeter, all right? But one thing it does have is a bar to safety, but what this does, though, it does make it tough, and you can envision it this way, to go tight against the panel. So if you're going to use this speaker, you have to make sure you have room for this tweeter, okay? It also comes with the connectors, just like the Kicker did, and it also comes with screws. And one thing I am going to say is it comes with the adapter plate, okay? What this adapter plate does is for some vehicles, and for example, I'm going to go this way a little bit more, you'll see these tabs here. This and this is for a Chevy truck. So what happens, this slides in, goes in, and then you bolt it here. So you would need this with any speaker you're going to put into, but if you don't require this, then it becomes a useless part. But also this is also an oversized, you see 1, 2, and 3. It's also for Chrysler products. So this does have a lot of applications. And also what it does have, I'm going to grab it actually, is, just give me one moment. What they did a little bit different, I'll give it to them, is they have a QR code here. So you can scan it to find out what the speaker applications are. It's kind of neat. It kind of utilizes the new kind of technology of things, but ultimately it's going to come down to what you think you need. Now I'm going to give you my ranking for all these speakers, but keep in mind, you have to ask yourself a few things. 1, do you need a grill? Do you need an adapter plate? Do you, those are the kind of things that, is it valuable? If I said these speakers were all $99, it's going to come down to kind of what's included in the box and what's valuable to you, but I'm going to make my call. All right, one more little bonus thing I want to show to you guys about all these speakers. Obviously, I've moved my desk up, okay, and you might see my microphone, so I do apologize, but hey, this is the one thing is mounting depth, okay? You'll notice that these two are roughly the same, give or take, okay? But remember I talked to you about the tweeter, okay? Will this fit in your car? You might have to consult a professional, but you might also just take it out and measure. Now, this is nothing against this speaker, okay? This is a good speaker. That's why I chose to do it, but it's a little bit deeper. So if you do have concern, like some of the older Hondas out there, for example, you'd have to use something like this. If you had depth in a lot of vehicles, you could use this. So why I'm talking about this, guys, is what fits, okay? This speaker might be number 1, this might be number 3, this might be number 2, or vice versa. But ultimately, if I can't get this in my car, or I can't get this in my car, this is the number 1 pick for me, but I'm still making the call.
Fatality.
Pioneer TS-A1671Fs are the winner. Now, reason being, this is the big one and the application guide on the box. Now, you might say those are trivial, but why I'm saying that, more applications, more cars, more everything it'll fit into. Had the same mounting depth as the Kicker. I will say the tweeter, but most cars today you don't have to worry about that. But I will say a close second is the Kicker, because it came with all the same parts that you need out of the box. It was a simple thing because this will save you money. And that's, I think, a really big idea of saving you money. They're giving you a $50 part free of charge if you require it. If you don't, it's still the same price as the other speakers. Now, let's get into listening, and I'm going to show you why people that hold the speaker up like this and go have a listen, it doesn't work, and any reviewer on YouTube can challenge me on that. This is not the way to test speakers, so I'm going to show you the simplest, easiest way that I can show you on YouTube on how to test a speaker.
Round 2, fight!
Alright, so first off I'm going to show you guys, you'll see I have one connector red, one blue. Red's positive, blue's negative. I'm just running a 4-channel amp. It's set on full range, and I have a laptop over here. And yes, I'm using YouTube Music because of copyright reasons, okay? Now, as you heard me alluding to earlier about listening to like this. So I'm going to go like this. Oh, excuse me. I'm just going to rewind it because I was playing around. Okay. So it's wait for the bass goes. And the guys go, here, listen. Okay. Now watch. Sounds completely different. Why I say this, okay? This is like a door. So I'm just going to turn it down. Alright. So you're sealing it front to back. Okay, so you're inside of a, let's just say a cavity or behind a door panel. Okay, it's still sealed front to back loosely. Okay, now this is why when you see people with speakers like sitting in the back deck or whatever, it doesn't work. Yes, you get treble, but you get no bass. And so once again, just give me a second. I'll just go here and I'll bring it up again. So yeah, so I will say, yeah, the treble is just fine. All right. When the bass comes, and this is more accurate, okay? So like I said, if I'm holding, people hold it up, so I don't mean to split hairs, okay? It's just stuff like that aggravates me, okay? All right? So anyway, this is the Kicker. You'll notice that you can hear the tweeter quite well, and you might go, hold on a sec. Yes, it's a cardboard box. I am showing you in the worst thing possible, because if you have a better version, I want you to hear it that way. But this way you can envision at least what's going on, okay? And I'm not using, sorry guys, I get too carried away there. And I'm not using some oak thing with, you know, some beautiful thing. I'm trying to show you this just like this, okay? You'll notice right now, I really do like the highs are very present, and you hear the bass notes quite well with this Kicker. Even at medium and high volume, it's gone quite well. It's worked out. It's a pretty nice speaker. Pretty linear, to be honest. It sounds kind of the same at high volume as low volume. So to be completely fair, I'm going to start out and I'm going to put it in, okay? One thing that the Hertz has is a metal tweeter, and you'll start to notice it, I think, right away what I mean by that. See, once again, completely different speaker when it's actually sealed front to back, okay? Now one thing I'm going to show you with the Hertz, because I want to show you this down the road, guys. Go a little bit louder. Hear that cymbals, how it keeps up with the high as you turn it up? Bring it back down to 30, because that's kind of my reference point. Alright, let's go next with the Pioneer. Alright, going with the Pioneer, guys. Same idea. A little bit different sounding, you know what I mean? They're all different, which is I find quite incredible. Okay. So the one big difference is I noticed right away is this is the 3-way. Okay, so you can hear a little bit difference in the tweeter. It sounds I'm not going to call it so tinny because it all depends on what you're looking for, but I'm going to make the call on these three speakers, which one I think's the best. All right, stay tuned. All right, remember, like I said, stick around to the end, and I'm going to give you guys that bonus tip on how to make your speakers give you double the amount of bass for less than $20, especially if it's an aftermarket. All right.
Fatality.
All right, round two, winner, once again, Pioneer. Now with a little bit of a caveat. If that speaker right here was the only one in my car, all right, and I was listening to this one speaker, I think it's a better speaker. So I think in this environment, Pioneer, hands down. All right, I do like it. I found the mid-range a little nicer. There was, bass was all kind of comparatively, but I am going to say with the Kicker, with this tweeter, I did find it higher volumes. It was a little same with the Hertz, with the metal tweeter from a Hertz product here. Okay, same idea. I found it a little harsh, but here's my caveat. I picked the Pioneer in this situation, yes, hands down. But if I had a subwoofer or some other big speaker, say 609 or something in the back, then I would start to say I would go with the Kicker or the Hertz, depending on what fits. Right now, Kicker has the better stuff within the box and has the little rib surround and is equally the same as the Hertz. I would pick Kicker for number two if I had a subwoofer and if I had a pair of 6x9s. On their own, I think the Pioneers are the best of the bunch. All right.
Bonus.
All right. Here's your bonus tip. As you can tell, guys, when I had this up here, and then when I put it into the box, essentially I was sealing it front to back, and you can hear the more bass. It's the same thing for your car, and what I mean by that, okay, is that if this is the speaker, and this is the door panel, maybe I'll go like this for you, all right? Like this. And see there's that gap there. So what happens is sound goes out. It's just how it works. It's called dispersion. You could look it up on the internet. All right, so what happens is, even if I had a hole on this, when it comes out, the sound gets all trapped behind the door panel. So what you do is you get gasket material like this. See, just a simple gasket. Put it over top of the speaker. And that way, when the factory door panel goes on, it seals it front to back as well. Okay? So, yeah, you can get this from several manufacturers. You can get ones that even like this one's a little bit bigger. So what happens is it goes over top of the speaker. So I mount this to the door panel. I put this on like this. Same idea. This goes, seals it front to back, and gives you more bass. All right? There's your little bonus for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys are car audio obsessed like me and you kind of love this stuff and love going into the weeds, you've found the right channel. Please like and subscribe. Share with anyone that you might think might need this. And also, if you know that little hoarder or the guy who has that car and stuff tucked away somewhere deep and I should get to know him, you let me know and I'll get him on the podcast, all right? But one thing I would like to know is, what speaker do you like? Did you like the Hertz? Did you like the Kicker? Did you like the Pioneer? Do you think I'm full of prunes? Down below, let me know what you like, and also let me know if there's a speaker you want me to try out or kind of review or go through or answer any questions for you. All right. Now this is all over, you're going to see here a video that goes on, talks about how to upgrade your speakers. So I go through a very in-depth guide on how to upgrade your speakers. And that car, I use a Mazda Miata, and I even have before and after listenings auditions for it. Okay, cheers, guys.